All right, we're on hole number one of the East Coast tournament in the opening round of the rookie division. And we're in the opening round, so I'm just going to scroll up here to the top. When I'm in the weekend round, I never look, but I don't really care today. Just kind of see where we're at. So we have people that have finished there in the 23. So minus 22 being the minimum score that we're looking for, minus 11 per side. And we've got, let's see, about 20 people, so about a fifth of the bracket. There's some people down here that have finished playing. So we've got, I would say by the time this is done, we're probably looking at 25, 26 will be at the top. If you have 5 power balls, if you have a 5 power ball, you can get the eagle on 3 if you can get over. Pretty easy, and that makes your score minus 12 instead of minus 11. So instead of minus 22, you're looking at minus 24. And this 2-stroke, we're giving these people with 5 power balls a 2-stroke advantage. And so not all of them are going to capitalize on that advantage. But the ones that do, we spotted them 2 shots. So if you're on track, if you don't have any 5 power balls and you're on track for the minus 22, you got to pick up some shots. You have to pick up at least a couple on every side just to keep up with the Joneses. So the people that shot a 24 pick up just 1 per side, they're looking at the minus 26. But if they can pick up 2, and there's definitely on every other hole, there's an opportunity to pick one up. So, the minus 28 in some brackets, you're going to see that. And really, I think for most of the brackets in the weekend round, you're going to be looking at somewhere between minus 25 and minus 28 is going to be the winning number, depending on your bracket. I definitely want to come in with the mindset that I need to be in the minus 26 at an absolute minimum in order to get a top 5 and possibly banner. Realistically, you need to be at least minus 26. You may get lucky and get in one of those brackets where minus 25 will turn the trick. But I think if you shoot a minus 26 and you don't get a banner, that's just, hey, that's awesome because you were in a really good bracket. You want competition. It makes you better. So it was just one of those deals. But I think if you shoot the minus 26, you're probably looking at a banner, which means you need to average minus 13, which means if you're only on this minus 11 track, because you don't have any 5 power balls, you've got to pick up 2 shots on each side. And don't wait until the back to do it. But if you've got a 5 power ball and you can do this, now you only have to pick up 1. That's a much easier deal to do. So the 5 power balls are definitely, this is why you save your 5 power balls. And I have very limited 5 power balls in my other accounts, so I'm having to save everything I have for the weekend round. But in this account, I do have power 5 balls. So my goal is to pick up 2 per side and get 3, so that I can average that minus 14 a side to get me up there to 28. So this is my target. I would be happy here, but this is my goal going in. I don't want to set my ultimate goal to be right at the minimum that I think will take the win. I want to try and capitalize on that and shoot for that minus 24. So here we go. Coming into it right now, we're looking at a 23, but regardless of what's at the top, I know that I know what I need to shoot. In the weekend round, I don't like to go up there and look, because in the weekend round, you're going to be in a bracket where you got people, it's tightened up. And so there's other people that could go up there and fire off around like that, and you don't want to focus on their round and make mistakes. You want to just focus on yours and just go out and play. All right, hole number 1. Let's go look at it. We can start right here with hole number 1. This is a definite eagle hole. We're at Golf Clash Notebook. They don't have it, so when you click on the page where it goes somewhere, but they do have the East Coast tournament up. Let's refresh that page and see. I keep staying here and hoping that they will get that up, but they didn't. But we can scroll in on them. I'm going to take the lower route, and there's several reasons why I'm going to take the lower route. So we're coming in, we're going into the opening round. If you're watching this after you've already shot your opening round, we're going into the weekend round. The whole deal is that you can recover from down here, and you can't recover from here. So if you're going low and you end up in the sand, you're definitely going to need a Spitfire, and you're going to have to start over here and bring the ball up this chute. I'm not going to mess with, if I end up in the sand, I'm not going to mess with trying to use this hill face. I'm going to come back here until I engage the red line, wherever the red line's at. I'm going to come back here until I engage the red line, and I'm going to try and curl side spin that sucker towards this hole. But if you get caught up here in the rough down here, you need a machete. So if you bring the right clubs, I'm seeing people get pars on this hole, and you should never get a par on this hole, because everything you brought was a backspin club going into the green. And that means even if you don't end up in the cup, the question here is my apocalypse in this account. I'm losing 5 yards, and I'm losing quite a bit in topspin. So if I could, when I get that apocalypse to level 4, I can start using it. But until then, this is the one. Let's see if I have a bag set up. I'm going to set this bag up, and every single thing in the bag other than that driver needs to be backspin. I'm going to use my claw because it has more accuracy than my thorn. And I'm going to switch my Nirvana out for a machete, because if I end up in the rough, it's going to be forward. But I'm going to bring my Spitfire, because if I end up in the sand, it's going to be back. It's going to be in that first sand trap, and I'm going to need as much distance as I can get. And I'm not going to bring a Kingmaker. I'm going to bring a Titan. I've been playing a lot of these holes with a Titan. The King of Balls. Just in practice, I play, when I need a 3-power ball and we're just demoing shots, I've been playing with the Titan. So a lot of these shots are total setup shots. And the Titan with the 2 side spin, I'm not using a lot of these shots. I'm not using, I really would like to bring a Kingmaker on this one. What do I got? I've got 1, 2, 3 holes that I'm bringing a Kingmaker on. That means I'm going to need 6 per round, and that means I'm going to need 12 total. So I need 12 Kingmakers, and I've got 19 balls. So I have enough to bring Kingmakers to try and bring me around the bend. So I'm less likely that this way, if I hit a grate to the left, I'm less likely to end up in the rough. There's a fine line out there, because you're right on the outside edge of your short iron. And there's a spot there where you can be in between clubs, where you're in between your short iron and your long iron, and you want that spot to be in the right. I mean, you can actually hit in this and kind of get in between clubs. Like, I want to be right in front of the outside of these shadows out here. But if you get in the shadows, there's a spot right there where if you get in the shadows, you won't be in the optimal distance for your short iron or your long iron, because you'll have to engage the red line. And if that's the case, the claw, you can switch it up. Instead of using the claw as a backspin club, you can switch it up, and you can hit it from farther back, and the claw's got tons of stuff on it. It's a great club for either one of those shots. So now let's see if what our opponent brought, because this is definitely a Spitfire. All the side spin. I'm going to try and get 1 bar short of each. Okay, and what I'm really focused on is that second bounce. So that second bounce is past the sand, and it's going to push me out 1 ring. I'm going to go about 1/4 of a ring out of the rough. And I hit it like 70 rings good to the right, and I'm going to clip. And now I'm in a big spot of bother, because I brought a machete instead of my Nirvana. I don't know that I've hit out there. I've probably taken that shot on this hole right here probably 30 times this week, and I haven't I've ended up in the rough out here a couple times, and I think I might have ended up in the sand. I think I hit into the sand and I popped out. I don't know that I've been in the sand all week either. It's good though, because we want to see if we can recover from out here. So my opponent, I'm not going to be able to get to that kind of distance out there. So we'll have to see what kind of shot I got. I might be able to get up. If I can open up that mouth, I might be able to do a max overpower hook shot and get up there. We'll see how close I can get. No, I'm going to be way off. And I hit that one like 3 rings good to the other side. So I've got both of the goods out of my system. Now I'm in the rough. So this is how you get a par on this hole. I said earlier in the video, I think I said, I don't know how you get a par on this hole. This is how you get a par on this hole. You hit 2 shots good, and you end up short up there. That's exactly how you do it. So if you were wondering yourselves how you get a par on this hole, this is how you do it. The good news is I still have a great, I have a shot right here. I do have a machete in my bag, and I'm pretty short, so I still got a shot at it. Let's see where my machete's at. There's max, so we're right about mid club. All right, it's about 4 per ring. So there's 2. There's about 2, 4. And I hit it about 2 rings great to the right. Pin high, right there. That's how you get a par. I'm going off for the minus 28 in the first hole. I go out and I shoot a par. So you can see how these rounds go. You can come in with the best of intentions, and you can have this kind of stuff happen to you. All right. Now I have my work cut out for me for the rest of the round. It's always good when this stuff happens in the opening round. You're not nearly as concerned about it. What's really funny is I just got off the phone with my friend Scooby before I started playing. And he parred, while we were on the phone, he parred his account on hole number 1. Never went in. I told him, man, you never want to start, especially in this tournament, you never want to start off in the hole already. That's what I get for opening my mouth. Oh, better wake up. I will forfeit. Donate to the cause. Spread the wealth. Good luck in the tournament. All right. It's almost like I haven't played a hole. That was hole number 1 of the East Coast tournament. Thanks for watching.